Hi everyone, and Dragon with you. So today we will talk about two important things about the Great Storm and after that about Lepercat event. First of all, in my previous video I told about possibility to trade small stones. But do you really need to buy stones and just sell them for your coins? Or there's a better option? That's the important question which some people asked me. So I decided to compare the values and show you what happened. So actually, we have every price for stone. So casual is the best for 16 chaos particles. After that goes uncommon for 18 and rare for 18 and excellent for 27. So that's the price which you can get for selling a stone which you don't need. So I would like to highlight, if you want a specific stone for your pet, then the price of purchasing that is much higher. So if you want to purchase a stone for your pet, then do it using the shop. If you want just to sell, then probably we will compare the pricing and you will see, as I did today, that possibly lottery is slightly better. So let's go to the shop and let's compare the situation. So if we go to merchant, we can just see the pricing for each type of stones. And I created some calculations for you to compare that. So as you can see, we can buy 30 stones of casual type and get 480 chaos particles by just selling them. So that's a solid result, which I can guarantee myself. But at the same time, I can buy 44 Storm Legacy chests, and that's what I did today. I had 14 Chaos Particles, and instead of buying and trading those stones, I decided to open those Storm Legacy chests and compare the result. So from the bottom calculations, you can see that actually the best value is for casual and uncommon stones if you want to sell them. That's why I calculated an example of casual. So that's the idea. Let's compare the amount of chaos which I get from 44 Storm Legacy chests instead of selling the stone. So did I get more or not? And I would like to highlight that my main investment was still into Pet Soul chests because I really need Vex Soul stones because he's still not absolute and I want to repair that. Okay, so let's check my inventory and see the result. I don't want to just take too much time. That's why we go straight forward to my resources and see what we have here. So we actually have 639 chaos particles, which is much more than 484, which I would guarantee myself by selling those stones. And which means, as I told you before, I really think that if you need stones for your pet, buy them. If you need stones for selling, then probably basic reward is still better from Storm Legacy. My idea was just to show you the ability to sell stones and get even more resources. That's it. So, pet soul stones, and after that, Storm Legacy chests. In case you want some specific stones, buy them for your pet which you need. Okay, that's the first point. The second was about teams. So instead of just picking all the rewards, which I usually do, I decided to change the plan and skip some locations. You can see that I skipped 3 locations, so I don't have enough storm resistance for the central part. And I tested what happens if I go to central part using Dorian teams. So some people showed at lower power that works, that's great, but we are not playing games here. We're just using serious teams at serious power. And what we see, that didn't work. So let's see how it went. And I would like to highlight that my tests can differ from yours because my power is very high, same about boss. And some funny stuff happened. So look, Jhu is dead, which means this fight is just ended without starting. What's the problem here? So in this particular fight, my resistance was really small, and the opponent had 41.2% less damage income, which means I'm just not effective. So that's the idea. Please don't try to smash the central part with having so many movements, even if you collected all the rewards as I did, because every part of your buff reduces this percentage. So you deal more damage, not just you survive better, but you actually deal more damage to the enemy. And as you can see from this test, that was a useless fight which didn't bring me anything. The second test was same. So people say, okay, you play Dante or Jhu, you place Dorian near here, and actually other characters doesn't really matter. But Martha is great because she can heal herself, and that's why most people test her. So I decided to add a couple of healers and buff, and what we see here. So I'm playing with Kane. So Kane allows my Dante to survive. But at the same time, the problem is I actually can't deal enough damage. So percentage here is same. Unlike the option where I put Fenris on Jhu, here we don't have effective damage. As you can see, the amount of damage is really low, and that's the reason why it goes so slowly. So I was able to deal some damage, but you can see that it's not impressive at all. So I will skip this battle as well. My third try was with ODH. I told you that ODH is an effective team. So here I just played casual stuff. It's not so important. Let's go here. Okay, so here is ODH, Celeste, and Asteros. Unfortunately, I don't have better option. Probably Aurora would fit this team better, but I don't have powerful Aurora. And also about Celeste, I probably made a mistake, so I had to let her reroll, let her lifesteal from the front line using Dorian's ultimate. But the idea is pretty simple, so look at that. We have ODH, which stands here. My healers is weak. I want to highlight that. So my healers is weak. That's the reason why he was smashed. My Ryan is stronger, so he managed to survive long enough. But without backline protection, he is very vulnerable. So still I was able to deal some damage with ODH, even as this. So look at my stats. As you can see, my Orion isn't very good, but healers is even worse. So compared to Dorian and Celeste and Esteros, which are from my main heroes, they're pretty weak, right? So I am sure that ODH can play here, but probably with other heroes. And finally, after that, we fought with another team. This time I pick Axel instead of Oliver, so I really hope that Oliver helps me to survive. The percentage here is lower. As you can see, I removed some locations, which made me less percentage, but still the problem is pretty same. So as you can see, Dante is still with Kane. This time Dorian dies. And what we see here. So Dante tries hard to deal some damage. And from the top panel, you can see that he actually deals some damage. Yes, that's true. But the timer goes too fast. So at lower levels, maybe you can win with this team in 3 hits, as some people like Trade Boy showed. But at high level of power, you just don't deal enough damage. That's the idea. So here I had 185 resistance, not 140, as in that video. And at the same time, I couldn't just deal enough. So my point is this team can work, it can survive, but it is not effective at this rate. Maybe if I didn't buff my Dante, maybe it would go another way, but still, you see the result. And about Jhu, so Jhu can deal more damage. Also remember that he can die at start of battle, as I showed you before, which results into nothing. And this time, as you can see, we are going good. So nobody dies, Jhu feels great, damage is split among my characters, and this team kind of survives for sure. But as you can see from the top fight, it's not very effective because resistance is still too high. So instead of just smashing the boss with team like this, when you are sure that you can survive with your 1 damage dealer, just try to collect more resistance, reduce the percentage, And you will win at 2 or 3 hits, as I usually did before I decided to perform this experiment. And as you can see, 6 fights and I'm still not there. So don't waste your time. Try to collect more, and after that you attack. So if I go now, it doesn't make sense because the percentage is high and I need many attacks still. That's my second point for today. Okay, and after that, let's go to Lepercat event. So about that, Spring Leprecats is here. Let's go log in. After that, get VIP points, spend some energy. For sure, I'm not going to spend a lot of energy just to get some Merlin Soulstones and some Lepercat dolls. After that, we go to Outland, and here we have a planning. So my Outland planning is here, just for you. Here we go. So that's the plan for Outland, where you can check where you plan to stop. Personally, I'm not going too far because I'm not sure which resource I really need from that random Lepercats, and I would prefer to save my resources. So I think that it's wiser to stop at 36 chests or even 21 chests. Just in case you want more, well, go forward and try to double dig on the Greystorm plus Spring Leprecats. So energy emeralds are doubled, but as for Outland, well, I'm not sure if I want to go deeper. Spend emeralds, typical quest, same as what it was with a cute frame. Then we have perform summon in Soul Atrium and get some Julius. So actually Julius is valuable. We can get his souls other ways nowadays. That's why I will not just try too hard here. Complete summonings. So summonings is my good part where I can do everything. And finally, complete quests. So okay, we managed to collect 26 those cats. Let's see what's inside. Also, we have some special offer, but for sure I will just skip it. But still, you can get it if you want. Okay, so let's go and check what's inside. So dolls from dolls, we can get some souls. Let's just show everything. And that's my rewards. So nothing special, just resources which I can get daily and some soul. And that's exactly the reason why I say don't go too far, don't try to grab all the reward during this event. The reasonable thing is you can actually double dig with Storm if you want, but in general I wouldn't invest too much into this event. And at the same time, remember that we had a live stream today with Hero Wars official. Daniel was there, and we will have Dominion's birthday soon. So maybe save your resources for something more valuable. Okay, so thank you for watching. See you in my next videos, and good luck to you.